Hi there, welcome back. Just listen for a sec. Alright, this is an E flat didgeridoo. Anyway, that's a didgeridoo. Now, CE-5. I'm going to go a little off topic here. What is CE-5? So many people have asked me about my CE-5 experience. What is CE-5? CE-5, quite simply, is Close Encounter of the Fifth Kind, which is a phrase that was invented by a man named Dr. Stephen Greer, Greer. He's all over YouTube, Greer, Stephen Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer came up with techniques, with a protocol, so to speak, involving meditation, intent, ways to modify, if necessary, one's attitude towards what might normally be a fearful thing. But there are many people on this planet who are open-minded and open-hearted enough to actually, quite simply, learn how to make contact, learn to initiate contact with extraterrestrials. CE-5 is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, which means human-initiated contact, which means you put the call out and someone or something answers the call. Now, I began to study Dr. Stephen Greer's techniques purely using nothing but YouTube. I did not buy his videos. I did not buy any of his materials because I had no money and couldn't buy his stuff. So, being my usual investigative detective-like self, I was all over YouTube. And anything associated with Stephen Greer, I was into that too. So I did the research for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so I developed my own meditation, if you will, my own CE-5 protocol, which is how do you do something? Protocol means a way of doing something, is a system. A protocol is a system, is a set of techniques. And so what I did is using the best information that I could find in YouTube and really getting deep into the research, I came up with my own version of Dr. Stephen Greer's contact protocol. Now, Stephen Greer takes groups of people all over the world, England crop circles, the California desert, Joshua Tree, all over the world to literally make contact with extraterrestrials who always, every time he takes a group out, always they have some rather spectacular contact experiences. Every single person in the group has an extraordinary contact experience with other intelligences, with other civilizations, whether they be extraterrestrial, whether they be extra-dimensional. There are many civilizations, intelligent civilizations, who are very interested in our planet. Our planet is important to a lot of civilizations in this dimension and in other dimensions. And I'll tell you why later, maybe, if we have time. Okay, so, what did Stephen Greer, what does he do with his people? Well, he takes them on a 6-day intensive meditation training. Stephen Greer discovered he had a death experience where he died when he was 17 years old and he came back to life, and while he was dead he had a phenomenal experience with extraterrestrials who took him on a bit of a journey, but that's his story and we're not going to get into that here. So over the years he gave up his medical practice in 1992 to devote himself full-time to disclosure, to get the government and the military and the corporations to find people within those systems who would come forward and talk about exactly what it is they knew. And it's also known as the biggest secret that everybody knows, the biggest secret being that human beings are not the only humanoids on the planet. Human beings are not the only humanoids in the universe. Human beings are not the only humanoids in this or any other dimension. So, if you sincerely, now if you think what I'm saying is crazy, go somewhere else and go do something. Go serve yourself much better than listening to this. Because we don't need you to get all bent out of shape, thinking, oh, this guy is crazy. He's had contacts with extraterrestrials, he must be crazy. The point is, I came up with some simple techniques. I did them for a couple of weeks. I had contact with ET. I can't tell you I can tell you the nature of what I had contact with, but to describe it, I'm not even going to go into it here. It's too sublime, too beautiful, too bizarre, too amazing, too inconceivable, far beyond anything my imagination could have come up with it. So, what did I do? Stephen Greer, okay, I found out in YouTube that he has a Vedic, an ancient 10,000-year-old Vedic mantra going. And part of his techniques, at least that's what I was able to surmise from watching those videos and listening to those videos, because some of them are just guided meditations. So that's actually the main thrust of his techniques, is a guided meditation. He gets a group of people, 20 people or so, into the same headspace, into the same heart space. This is important. All right, I'm going to start laying down the basics. Open mind, open heart, and playful attitude helps a lot. A playful attitude is huge, very, very important. If you can't work up a playful attitude, at least find a way of bringing yourself, your mood, your being into a neutral place where you're not judging anything, including yourself or anybody or anything else, okay? At least a neutral place. A playful mood helps a lot. I just happened to be in a playful mood on the day that I made contact. I think that had a lot to do with it. So, apparently at some point Dr. Greer was does a mantra that goes in the key of E flat. Once again, here's an E flat. All right. Now, I don't think that the mantra matters that much, that the form of what you do to make contact. Okay, intent! Your intent is very important. You want to make contact. You want to make contact. Put it out there. Put it out there. There are lots of intelligences listening. Lots. Put it out there. Ask, and ye shall receive. You want to make contact? Put it out there. Go to your rooftop. Go to a place where there's not a lot of people. Okay? Even if there was a lot of people, nobody'd look up and notice anyway. Go to a place where there's not a lot of people. I went to a rooftop in Hollywood, California. That's in Los Angeles. In the densest neighborhood in Los Angeles. I went to the rooftop. It was sundown. I was doing my usual sundown meditation, which is no big deal. Just playing didgeridoo and dancing and stuff or whatever. Weird stuff. Anyway, so I was doing my version of Stephen Greer's mantra at the same time while I was playing didgeridoo, expecting nothing. That's also very important. Open mind, open heart, playful attitude, no expectations. No expectations. Have fun doing this. At least have fun even if you don't make contact. It may take a while. It took me a couple of weeks. I didn't expect it. It was, as you say, out of the blue. It was literally out of the blue. Watching the sun go down, playing my didgeridoo like this. Okay. So I was doing the mantra just the way that Stephen Greer suggested, which is very specifically 2 notes. I don't think it matters. I don't think the mantra matters that much, but this is what I was doing that night, that evening. Those are the 2 notes. B flat, E flat, B flat, E flat, B flat, E flat. I'm Nama, I'm Nama, I'm Nama, I'm Nama, I'm Nama, I'm Nama. That's meditation. The words are I'm Na Ma. I don't know how that's spelled. I'm Na Ma. I'm na, N-H-A-M-H-A. I'm na ma. I don't know what it means. I don't care. I was singing those three words, B flat and E flat, into the didgeridoo that night, watching the sun go down. And then I had my experience. There's no time to tell about it here. So this is exactly what I was doing when I made contact. Now, you don't have to do it just like this. The main thing, open heart, open mind, intent. Your intent. Set your intent. Want to make contact. Want to make loving, friendly contact. That's important, okay? You want to make loving, friendly, non-fearful contact. If you're afraid, don't do it, okay? If you're afraid, you think something's going to come out of the sky and eat you, don't do it. That's not the right mood to do this in. So here's exactly what I was doing when I made contact. I was singing those three words into the didgeridoo, B flat and E flat, so it sounded like this. Now, I know when I'm playing didgeridoo, you can't tell I'm singing those words into it, but that's what I was doing. It was just the goofy mixture of different techniques, which is singing a mantra into a didgeridoo. And then that's when I had the experience. Once again, in the key of E flat, I don't think the notes or the mantra matters. You could say, I want to make contact. I want to make contact with extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrials. I'm sure that would work just as well. Open mind, open heart, intent, playful attitude, okay? No fear. I'm no. Got a messed up fret there. I didn't know. That ain't good. All right, we'll work on it. Okay, that's it. That's what I was doing. So you don't need a didgeridoo. Open mind, open heart, intent, have fun, no expectations, and just do it. Do it where there's not a lot of people around. That helps a lot. In nature is a good place to start, okay? If you can't be in nature, so to speak, go to a place where there's not a lot of people. If you live in a horrible city with in a horrible apartment building, go to the rooftop. Do whatever it takes. B flat. Okay. The notes don't matter. Boom boom boom. Are you out there? Won't you answer me? Are you out there? Please answer me. So that's what I did. I'm na ma, over and over and over for a few minutes, just about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. And the mantra is not that important. Make up your own mantra that describes your intent in simple words. I want to make contact. I want to contact ET. Is there anybody out there? Use Pink Floyd's mantra. Is there anybody out there? All right, but not in that mood because they're kind of a, spooky band. So you want to make contact with extraterrestrials. That's what I did. It worked for me. You can do any variation on that basic protocol. And there it is. I just got tired of emailing people about how I did what I did, about the contact protocols that I came up with, which I got more or less based on the contact protocols of Dr. Stephen Greer. Now, you can, pay the money and get his material and do that. Or you can do it your own way. Personally, I prefer doing it specific to an individual. In other words, do it the way that resonates with you the best, where you have the most fun. Okay? So, try that, have fun, and keep doing it. You will have CE-5. You will make contact. I guarantee.